I remember visiting with you in D.C. I remember talking to you here, and you're talking about how much getting to the World Cup means to you. I mean, when you sign up, you know injuries are part of it, but you talk about timing and bad luck. How tough has this been?
It's difficult. I mean, as I expressed earlier, how much qualifying to the World Cup or more so the next round even, means to me, and having to take this injury at this point of time in our qualifying stage, it's tough. It's a hard blow. It was hard to swallow, but it's one of those where you have to get over it. You have to focus on the healing side of it, the rehab and stuff like that. And so far that's been coming along well. And I pray that the guys that are going to show up for that game is ready, and I know they will be, because that game against Cuba is it's a massive game for us, and not only to get the win, but to get some good goals. At least 3-4. Nothing would be a good result. So to give us some stability moving forward into the next game against Honduras. But it's a tough blow, and it's one that I'm still trying to get over. Obviously, with the game coming up on next weekend, it's tough, because the hype and the build up to the game and all that stuff. You that's what you play for. You play for that, and But like I said, I pray that these guys are ready, and I know they are, and they handle the business.
I mean, did you know right away something was really wrong?
Well, when the injury happened, it was kind of funny, because you think first to yourself that it's just you hitting the wrong spot, maybe hit a nerve or something. So I got up and I started to run towards half field, and it didn't feel too right. And then the power went out in the stadium. I think that's what saved me. It was the fact that I had the opportunity to really take a good look at it, So I went to the side and I said, just put tape around it. So I put tape around it just to hold it. I went out there, did a couple runs forward and back, and it still didn't feel too good. So I said, pass me the ball, let me pass it around. So I was passing around with Julian Atiba, and I made a move to the left, and my knee just went the other way, and I was like, it's not good.
So you're laying there, what are you thinking?
A lot of things that I can't say right now. But it's one of those where it's like, it's hard to describe, you just feel like sick to your stomach, because first of all, you're hoping it's not serious. You can't see through your knee, so you're hoping that it's nothing too serious, that'll put you out for a significant amount of time. So the first thing is like, okay, let's treat this as much as we can now before we can go inside and or go to a hospital to see really what happened.
I remember talking to a couple football guys, American football guys, who had done their knee before, and one of them said, I heard a pop, I'm laying there, and all I could think about was the training table and rehab, and the training table and rehab.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a million things going through your head.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of them. Because when you're injured, you have to. It's more time requirements. It's earlier in the morning. It's later days. It's a lot of treatment and getting it back and getting the range of motion back to get the strength and all that stuff back. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then
you're not playing.
And you're not playing, right? And the course of the season we are. You're losing fitness, so you got to come from basically being 100% fit. To zero, and then try to get back to 100, especially at the stage we are going into the playoffs, where teams are going to be flying, and I have to go and fly in too. So, it's a mental thing too. The first thing, I think the important thing was for me to get over it mentally, tackle it mentally, and then do the physical and let the treatment work and heal itself.
You do all your off-season stuff. You deal with all the nonsense of the schedule and all the BS of up and down and training sessions to play in October. Is it driving you crazy that you're not? Oh
yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a big month for all levels, for our club, for our national team. So it sucks that I'm not playing. It's a hard blow, but. It is what it is, it's the professional environment that comes with the territory, and It was one of those accidents that was a freak accident. But before the game started, they were coming after me. Being stuff hitting me off the ball, and I was getting into it. So I knew the environment before I came in, and that's normal for two countries fighting for a World Cup spot. And the way it happened, though, I don't think it was planned. I think the guy just kind of fell backwards on me, didn't really see me. The guy definitely got me from behind in my calf, but the guy that actually injured my leg, I don't think he really meant to do it intentionally.
So what's your role with the national team now?
The role is still the same, but as not a player. So I still see myself as one of the main guys, as one of the leaders, and I just got to channel that energy to the guys. And I know I've been spoken to in particular Atiba and Julian, and really motivate, obviously Dayan, and kind of setting their mind to go in there and really motivate the guys and show them that, hey, we still have a great opportunity, and other guys need to step up now and capitalize on me being out, and take the bull by the horns. So hopefully we can do that.
If this team doesn't qualify for the Hex, is this it for you?
That's a question I don't even want to answer right now, to be honest. That's something I don't even want to I'll focus on that whenever that happens.
Fair. We're doing a story on just how crazy it is going to South American countries. I'm looking forward to going down there. What is it about that whole environment, Dwayne, that makes it so different?
Well, Panama. You know what I like about this time with the Panama was the fact that people were able to see what we go through as professional players, and that's at the club level and even more so at the international level. When you go to Caribbean and Central America, it's a hostile environment. It's not like here when you show up to a stadium and then people are giving you, the verbal abuse. It's there when you're at the hotel. It's there. You can't leave the hotel. As soon as you get there, you sense the intensity, you sense the pressure. As soon as you get off the plane, there's reporters in the airport. There's people looking at you with ugly looks. There's people telling you, lose, you suck. And I mean, this is just random people. We're talking from little kids to grandparents, and that's the way it is. It's very passionate. Everyone, it's publicized. It's in the media. It's all over the place, so people see it in their face. And here you have the country and the competing country coming into your, into your airport and into your city. You believe that people are going to take notice of that and try to do whatever they can to throw you off your game.
Do you ever feel your safety is in danger down there?
I think going down there, I had threats. I had a lot of threats on my social media stuff. I look at it as more as threats in terms of trying to mentally put me off my game. I've never faced anything physical. I had stuff thrown at me and stuff like that, but nothing. I never try to put myself. I never try to just walk out of the hotel and say, okay, just go down the street for a stroll and put myself in that environment. So I've never really faced anything that I was in a position where I felt like I was in danger with my life.
Game day. Is there intimidation on officials?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think they have to withstand a lot of pressure. As soon as they land, and I can only imagine what they're going through at their hotel and the pressure that they'll be getting. Not even including at the stadium with the fans and the whistling and all that stuff that they do to get on the referees. So they have a lot to deal with. But the intensity of the game, the calls that they have to make, and the judgment of the calls they have to make, and they have to live with that stuff.
Intimidation on you guys too?
Well, unfortunately for Canada, it hasn't gone a lot in our favor, from since I was playing with the national team, and we haven't got a lot of the officiating calls going our way. So, and that's the disappointing part. If it was a little balanced, if you got a little call here and there, then, you say, okay, fair enough, but a majority of the time it's gone against us, and but we have to live with that.
Over the last few weeks, I think, as you mentioned, people's eyes have opened with the whole Panama thing and the videos being out there and circulating. What are, on top of that, What other memories do you have, or maybe something that just stands out of, oh my God, you know, like that the first story you're going to tell somebody about what it's like to go play somewhere down there?
Well, I know when we're in Mexico, you have sometimes.
Can you start that one more time? We just had just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I know sometimes when I used to play in Mexico, or you used to have. Sorry, let me start that again.
Yeah, just that one story, that one moment that may kind of stand out for you.
Well, Pan will be up there for sure, just because of the whole fireworks. Opening your window and you're seeing explosion of fireworks right in front of you, and you're 8 stories up. And the whole antics with the car sound systems. I mean, you think people here have good car systems? I mean, they'll blow them out the water. I mean, that's a club in a car that they're driving around with. But when you go to certain places in Central America, I've experienced people throwing what they call piss bags, or bags of pee at you. And that's never pleasant. You get everything thrown at you. In terms of verbal and sometimes physical. You get, of course, the fans. When we were in Panama, I remember this one gentleman, he was giving me the look of death when we were going to the bus, older man. And he's pointing at me and he's yelling at me and from the side of the bus, and the guys are having a great laugh. But you try to laugh it off and not think too much of it. But that's what we face. People pulling fire alarms and people crank calling your rooms, and you got to plug your phone out, and people cheering all night in front of your hotel. You think if the fans came out here in Toronto and cheered in front of the hotel, the police will lock every one of them up. The police are standing there and just looking on and letting them do fireworks and illegal fireworks, and they're more like explosives, and. Playing that sound so loud, people would be complaining, but they do it because it's a country, the country's behind them, and when you do it here, you get locked up. So it's different, it's a whole different environment, whole different atmosphere. So, you got to overcome that and focus on why you're there and what your mission is.
Just what's it like opening up the drapes since the 4th of July, man?
Right.
What's going through your mind?
Wow. It's like, wow. But, it wakes you up quick to let you know what it is that you're doing, why you're there, the intensity of what's about to take place in terms of the game that you're about to get involved in. So it makes you very aware, and I know at breakfast I saw the young guys talking, and this and this and that. I go, listen, just that's what you're gonna have to deal with. You're gonna have to overcome that mentally. You can't let that ride in your mind. You gotta leave it be, and you're sitting down having dinner, you're having the lights poking through the walls, and they're trying to do anything to get you mentally off your game.
Just real quick, going back to your deal, where are you right now with your rehab and this whole process?
Well, so far the recovery, everything's going good. I'm above schedule. I'm where I need to be right now, so that's a positive thing. But in saying that, I'm trying to be very mindful. I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm not trying to get back too fast to go back again. So, but thankfully everything is where it needs to be, and ahead of where it needs to be, in fact. So I'm hoping to maybe 3 more weeks as of this day, and hopefully Canada makes it to the next round, and I'll be there to help the team out for the Hex. And when we look at DC United, right now we're in the playoffs. So hopefully we qualify and situate ourselves in a good position, and when that comes around, I'll be ready there. But main thing is the health of my knee and coming back healthy and 100% and really helping my team and my country out.
Have you set kind of a goal to be ready for the playoffs?
Well, I set a goal to be ready 2 weeks for the Chicago game. Not ready in the sense of I'm going to be playing, but ready in the sense of I'm going to be training and being in the mix. So, I'm that's my goal. That's my aim right now.
What are you going to do for the Friday? What are your plans Friday and then the following Tuesday for Cuba and Honduras?
Well, for Friday, I actually have a big celebrity charity event going on in California.
Oh, cool.
that I'll be at for the fight against cancer. the whole Awareness Cancer Month, and so I'm really looking forward to that. And then on Saturday I'll be glued to my TV, cheering on my teammates for Canada, and channeling that energy to them, and hopefully pull it off. I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be here in person. I think that would be very difficult for me to sit down and watch that game. But I really have faith in the guys that they're going to do well, and I'll be rooting for them for sure.
And then Tuesday, the Honduras game you'll watch from DC?
And Tuesday I'll watch from DC, the Honduras game, probably while I'm getting treatment and trying to take care of myself to get me back. But I wish those guys all the best, and hopefully they could pull it out for us.
Will you have any final message for Atiba or Julian or anybody else, or is?
Yeah, no, I definitely will. I don't like to trouble, because they're professionals, they're veterans, they know what it takes, they know the magnitude of the games that they're about to get involved in. But I'll just probably ask them how the energy of the camp is, like maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday. But after that, I'll just let them do their thing and let them prepare as they do best.